A little chilly today, and it's not supposed to warm up much. Maybe in low 60s today, maybe. But we did dig some dirt up at the corral. Yeah, a little cool spell. Yeah, may have to wear some warm clothes today. It's a little chilly. Breezy too. Hey, mockingbird. Hey, mockingbird. You get enough mulberries? You're in the wrong tree if you want mulberries. There's one over there. But the big one's over here. Yeah, still lots of berries up there. Birds love that tree. I like it too. Except the cattle, since I put the cattle in here a few years ago, these limbs used to hang down pretty far until I put the cattle in here. They got them all eaten down. They can still reach up and grab a few, but I guess that's okay. I still get a taste of them every year, especially on that bush or tree. Anyway, I guess I'll head out to the big pasture sometime today. Although they're calling for rain, or forecasting rain, but the radar don't show anything close to me. Everything's south and east. But it could pop up any time, I suppose, since we're in a cold front here. Okay, I'll dress a little warmer. I was thinking about bringing my lemongrass outside today, but not if it's this cold. I'll wait till it warms up. I'm glad I waited. Yeah, lemongrass likes warm weather. Yeah. I think I'm going to try to figure out a way to take them out of the rooms where I got them. I got them in big containers. I got them in small containers, but then the small containers are in a big container, so it's easier to water them. Yeah. I may have to carry them out one at a time. Okay. I'll worry about that some other time. Right now I gotta get ready to go out to the big pasture. Tomorrow I'm going to be going to town for a doctor's appointment, and so I'm going to take the truck and get gas for the truck and fill up a couple jugs for the tractor after the doctor's appointment. Okay, let's see what I can do today. Mama was nursing her babies. There's that one that's really shy right there. It's lighter colored. That's the one I like there. It crawled on my foot one time. The others are still afraid of me. I guess they're all afraid. Oh, I felt the drop. Well, that ain't good. Well, I guess it's not bad. It's just aggravated up. If it starts raining, doesn't show anything on the radar. But now I can feel the rain, a few drops, just a few drops. Look at that kitty there with the white feet. I like her, or it. Don't know if it's a him or her. They'll get used to me as they grow, as they get bigger. Especially since I'm feeding them. They're eating cat food along with the mama, but they're still nursing too. Well, I can't stand out here all day watching cats. I didn't want to. I'm still feeling a little mist in the air, and I didn't go out to the big pasture because it's acting like it's going to rain. Anyway, to prepare for my lemongrass transplanting out to the garden sooner when it warms up again. Can't tell if those weeds are dying or not. Anyway, I moved the ones that didn't grow out from the house. I have the plants in 2 rooms on the south-facing windows, and I counted the ones I lost that didn't grow, that died, and here they are. Those had single plants in them. Some of these probably had multiple plants, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. And I think the reason these died is because these were like farthest away from the windows. Yeah, they were like, they didn't get enough sunlight. Now, I can keep the plants warm enough. That's not a problem during the winter. But I just can't provide enough light. Yeah, the ones next closest to the window, they're going good, and I had okay, there's 31 of those small containers, 31 of those that didn't make it, but I got 16. I got 31 of those containers that did make it, plus 2 containers that have 1 plant each of this size. So I got 33 plants that made it. Some of them are kind of iffy, but they're still green, so they didn't dry up. Anyway, at least I got half of what I transplanted out of the garden last September. And I'm putting them back in there. I thought I was going to have more, but half is better than nothing. Last year I only had 2 plants that survived. But I planted those in big clumps. And they grew for a couple months, but then I think I just didn't have enough soil in it for them. I had a big clump of root that I thought would survive better, but it didn't. Anyway, this is what I pulled out of the house. Like I said, I still got 16 in one room and 17 in another. Plants, that is. So I'll see if those survive. I'll plant them out in the garden pretty soon, because it's going to warm up eventually. But not today. It's going to be cool today. Let's go look at the ones I saved in the house. They say the ones that survived in the house. These are the ones that survived. The ones closest to the window did better, because they get more light. And in winter there's not much light, so I got a light above them, but and I can heat the room so they don't get too cold, even on the south-facing window. What I'd like to do is build some kind of a greenhouse on the outside there, so I can still heat the greenhouse with space heaters or something, and it would be more light. Yeah. But I'll see if that's possible with the structure of my house. I don't know. This is the other room. I don't have a light above there, but I got the light on. And it's one of those grow lights. It's supposed to be ultraviolet, but I don't know. And on gloomy days I leave the light on, and at night I leave it on, and at least for a little while, to extend the daylight that they get. Yeah, I got 17 in here, plants, and I got 16 in the other room. So it's 33 altogether. And it's going to be a few more days before I can plant them outside. I'm still waiting for the weeds to die that I sprayed in the garden. Well, it's almost 1 p.m. and it's only 62. I'm going to head out to the big pasture now. Getting a late start. I thought it'd warm up more, but at least I wanted the ground to dry out a little bit. But the sun's not been very strong. I'm going to go out and take a look anyway. Oh, the wind's cold. I forgot to get a jacket. I better go get a jacket. It's a little chilly out here today. There's a swallow over to the right. Okay, there's a nest over there. Yeah, that's where I can see a lot of bird droppings on the concrete. I also see another nest over here. So they got two nests that I know of. And they fly in here once in a while. But there's one just flew up into the nest. There's another one. They're chasing each other. Oh, one's on the light. I think I'm disturbing them. I'm going to head out to the big pasture now. Maybe do some work out there. I hear the babies making a noise up there. Every time a bird flies in, I hear the babies chirping. The other nest is up there. I don't see no activity up there. The birds should be there. Sits on that wire. I can hear the birds in the nest. This bird don't know if you can trust me or not. And I can't be watching these guys all day. There's some vetch growing here. I don't remember planting it. But that's what that is, that purple stuff. It's vetch. Maybe I should get that to grow on this hill. On this, they're eating something up there. Okay, I'm headed out to the big pasture now. There's some elderberries to the right, just starting to bloom. I didn't get none last year. I'm not sure, but I think they mowed it down. I think. I'm not sure. All I know is I didn't harvest any. Some nice grass growing over here. Cattle are over by the gate. Over there. Yeah, the reason I left this gate open because the cattle aren't in this pasture, and the fence ain't on. Oh, look what happened there. That's what caused erosion the first time. When the flood comes, and if the flood comes up high like this, see those mole runs? There's one right along the edge of the concrete, the new ramp that I built. Yeah, and that's a soft spot. So if the water gets up that high, it'll erode that where the mole run is. And up here where I covered up a low spot with some dirt that I dug from where I put the ramp, there's a mole run started there. That's what started that thing to get to a little dip there, a previous mole run. Then I covered it up. It's level, but now they're starting to make a new mole run. Even if I tap it down, make it tight, it's still a weak spot for when if there a flood that goes up that high. I can't. I have to open this gate and then close it. That's the only way to keep the cattle in. Somebody's going to have to move. I guess it's going to be me. And you. Too. Okay, gate's closed, so I think that's where she went. Oh, okay, I'll go around you. Since I'm here, I better turn that fence back on. I unhooked it the other day. Now I need to hook it back. Over there behind the bull. On the right. I walked all the way over there, hook up the fence. Nobody moved. Nobody cared. Oh, while I was out there, I should have charged that cattle rub. Oh well. Maybe on the way down if I think about it. Okay, I'm going to be going through my newly recently moved gate. Yeah, yellow pole is where the gate used to be. Now it's up farther. It wasn't much of a move, but it's I think I need another support for that post on the right. I'll see what I can find. That's where I'll be working today. If it ain't too muddy. But I brought my boots just in case I need them. Let's see. Okay. Let's see what I can do today. Cattle are heading up the hill here. Last few days when I was working up here, they always went around that way. Came back or came up here from the back way. Over there. But today they're headed up this way. I'm gonna leave the gate open because the gate's open on the bottom of the hill, so it really doesn't matter to go back down that road. Oh, sun's getting brighter, which means heat. It's up there somewhere. I'm not sure where. Yeah, I like to just watch them eat on some graves. I guess to them, that gate's probably in about the same place. I don't think they notice the difference. I can hear them. I can hear them munching from up here. I'm still waiting for this one and the white one to have calves yet. And I think the white one is pregnant. I think she's got a belly. It can't be just from grass. I was comparing her to this brown one who's already had a calf. Her belly's not very big. So if it's just grass, yeah, she wouldn't have. But she's getting a big belly right now, bigger belly. But she's not developing an udder yet. Now the cow over there, it looks like her udder is starting to develop a little bit. So I think she'll be first. Pretty sure she's pregnant. I should be keeping an eye on them. At least the weather's not hot, so it's good weather for having calves. But I got work to do up here. Yeah. Now I'm not going to take it all out because I need to have this ramp, the concrete part, ramped down, starting at the top, which means I got to fill in this area that I dug out. I got to fill this in. I got to take some dirt off of here, a little bit off of here, and throw it this way, and then all that dirt from here down, at least 3 or 4 inches down, and that's a 7.5 inch board. So I'll leave at the very top anyway. I'll leave about 4 inches or less. It don't have to be thick concrete because I'm going to have reinforcement in it. The old wire panels, I'll cut them to fit in there. Anyway, I'm going to dig it. So I'll fill in the front part here, and then I'm going to dig it down. And whatever I don't fit over here, then I'll throw it out into the wheelbarrow. Same thing on this side. Fill in over here, part way, and then cut that part out, and up and out. I guess there's something up here for them to eat. Besides the weeds they don't eat. All those Jimson weeds over there, they don't eat those. That's why they're still growing. There's a few Jimson weeds here, which they don't eat. I'm gonna see if I can find me a post over there. I'm not gonna do this today, but I found these 2 posts. That one's pretty old. That looks like a landscaping log, flat on 2 sides. I found them up there by the corral and over there. But eventually I'm going to put this one, the shorter one, I'm going to dig a hole for it, and then use a 2x4 once as an anchor. I'll nail it from the top down to there. Yeah. That way when the gate's swinging that way, it'll have it like an anchor, so it won't be pulling the post, because the ground's still soft around the post. Yeah. And then I'm going to put another one over there somewhere, and I'll get a 2x4 once that's in the ground. That one's not too good, but I can still nail a board to it. 2x4. I'll nail a 2x4 from there up to the top. So I'll have two boards, one going from up there to there, and another one, 2x4, going from there to there, nailed near the ground down there and near the top up there. That should help strengthen that post. Yeah, it might block their path a little bit there, because the board that goes from up there down there. Yeah, I think it'll work. That'll help strengthen that post. Keeps it from leaning that way with the weight of the gate. When I open the gate, I can feel the post drop, moving. When I close it, swing it that way. It's okay when I got it open, because I've got it supported there, and when I got it closed, it's supported there. But during the swing, there's a lot of weight on that post. So we'll see how that's going to work when I just have to dig two holes, and then I got a 16 foot. I should measure that. I got a 16-foot 2x4. So if I cut it in half, put half here and the other half there, I'll just have to see it, and that'll determine where I put the post. They're doing their thing, eating grass and raising calves. Bugs are in my face again. I fixed this fence yesterday, so I can turn this fence back on, because I had it turned off. That's where I'll be working today. And that's where I have the fence unhooked. That part's on, or it should be on. And I gotta hook it back up to this fence here that goes around down to the gate. Hey, some berries. I think those are raspberries, or maybe blackberries. Blackberries, there's some back in there. I usually don't pick them. Birds usually get, oh, there's some honeysuckle. Oh, bugs in my face, right there. Honeysuckle on the cedar. Yeah, here's a tin that I had saved from some hog shed that they tore down at the farm a long time ago. There's some short pieces. There's some a little bit longer pieces, and a little bit longer pieces, and those are the longest. So I got 4 different lengths, but more than likely they're all rusted through the way I had them laid here. I had this box on them so they wouldn't blow away. But after they had to be here for over 20 years, maybe longer. Yeah, I don't remember how long they've been here. Yeah, but there's 4 lengths, 1, 2, 4, from an old hog shed at the farm. Yeah, I think I brought them. That's where them posts came. I had a couple posts here, and I think that's where that one came from. I think that's where that one came from. Uh, I think there's one over there. That's where it came from. Old hog shed. Anyway, them two down there are the ones I got from up here, I think. No, yeah, there'll be three. The one laying on the ground now, on that side, and those two that I put for the gate stops. They all came from up here, I think. Anyway, I got to hook up the fence. That's what I come up here for. I forgot what I was doing. Let's turn this fence back on. Okay, I don't have my tester with me, but I'll test it on the way out. It's nice and cool up here. There they go. All they care about is eating and drinking and making babies. There's a nice breeze blowing up the hill from the northwest. Yeah. A little chilly, but it's comfortable. I'll take the shortcut. This is the heart of my corral. This gate is newer. I put that in a couple years ago because before I get the big cattle to go in there first. After those tubs there, I feed them corn in here, and the bigger ones are always going there first. Yeah, like the bull and the bigger cows, the dominant ones. And then once they're in there, I close that gate, and then the younger ones I would encourage them to come in here because I would feed them along here too, along that fence there. And then once they're in here, then I close it. But once they're in here before, I had a hard time sorting them because I get the ones I wanted. I had to let somebody out. So I want to keep the ones I want in here, but I had a hard time getting the ones I want to go out here without the other ones that I want to keep to stay in here. So that's when I put this gate up. So once I sort them in here, get the ones I want to keep for loading into a trailer, then I'll close this gate here. And then the ones I don't let back out with the herd, then I'll let the thing out. So and those are trapped, and it worked pretty good. I've only had to use it a couple times. I only use it about once a year, unless I have a situation where I need to load an animal for some other reason. Either to take it up to the house, or to sell it, or whatever. Okay, I'm talking too much again, so let's get to work. Okay, any dirt that I do put in the wheelbarrow, I'm going to put here where I'm standing and behind me. And I've got to open that gate to let the wheelbarrow through. Okay, now I can bring the dirt in here and dump it. Any dirt I put in the wheelbarrow will be dumped over there. I got enough here, I think. I need to put some more back in there. I try to make it a little bit higher, a little bit level with that back. I'll have to scrape some of that back too. That way they can walk straight into the trailer without stepping up. For the ones that have never been in a trailer, it works pretty good. And before I even load anybody, I'll bring the trailer out here for a week or so, back it up in here, and leave it open so they can get used to it. And I feed them corn inside the trailer, just like I'm doing up at the barn with the white bull. And then they get used to going in the trailer. So when I get ready to load them, sort them and load them, they're already used to going in the corral and used to going in the trailer. Little little pre-training. Let's see what I can do with this hole. That's the first wheelbarrow. I got this end settled where I want it. Now I just gotta start there and work my way back. I want it this a few inches below the wood, and then the concrete will go underneath the wood, and then slope up to here. Let's dump that first. Over there. They could have come to see what I was doing, but they're more interested in what they can eat over here. Yeah, they keep it mowed down pretty good. I'm still digging. What are you licking on my truck for? Huh? That's Mama Cow's 7th calf. Her second bull calf. Her first bull calf after 4 heifers. First 4 heifers was the white bull that's doing the breeding. He's out with the white bull, the 2-year-old. And that heifer there is the older sister of that bull. And she's the one I had up at the house over the winter, because last fall she was stealing milk from that cow. And then she wound up losing her calf in February. I don't know what the cause was, but I found it about the first week in March, after it was eaten up by the vultures. Guess I wasn't watching them close enough. I did notice though that she was, because I was still cutting ice up there on the pond over there on that end. And I noticed she was having a hard time walking up the hill after getting a drink of water in the ice in the hole, like Mama Cow. Yeah. And then later on, I noticed she was laying down a lot more than she used to. I just didn't think I didn't even think they had the calf yet. Yeah. Until after I found it, and then I realized it must have been her who had the calf, and she must have had a struggle pushing it out, and hurt her hips. Yeah, that's why she was laying down all the time. But she's okay now. Hopefully she'll get bred back, and there was no damage then. That one should be next to have a calf. Her udder's starting to puff up a little bit, more than it used to be. And when she has a calf, oh, don't poke that. Boy, don't hit her in the belly. That'll be her 5th calf, because her 4th calf is over there. That's her calf from last year, her 4th one. Yeah, and her first one is that white cow, and that's her first calf from last year. You milk thief, that's what I call you. You're milk thief. I used to feed her corn, ground corn, so she's a little tamer than the rest, but not that much. I fed her like I did the bull. I didn't really fed her that much when she was eating. But she'll be a good heifer when she gets older. She's a year old now, as of February 18th. Okay, a little distraction from my digging, but I gotta get back to the digging. Yeah. So that darker cow and the white cow, they both had their calf in April last year, and so they're both late with having calves. Yeah. But hopefully they'll get around to it. I got 2 already this year, and I'm hoping to get 2 more, because the red cow lost hers, so that's a loss. Okay, back to work, back to digging. Yeah, I don't think it's very even. Seems like I got it deeper down in there. Yeah, I didn't have an accurate slope, but it's good enough for me. The problem is estimating how much concrete I'm going to use. I might have to dig that down some more over there, because I want the bottom of the concrete to come out from there up on a slant, and that's I need to dig some more out over there area. Let's dump that load. That's the second load. It's 3 p.m. and I got one side done. Before I dig the other one out, I want to cut some wire panels to fit. And I know I'm going to get them. That area down there where I just rearranged the fence, there's a bunch of bent up wire panels. I'm going to see if I can salvage some of them to put in here. The flies are clinging to the truck because it's probably the only warm place out here. The wind is a little chilly, and the fire's just trying to keep warm, I think. The majority of the cattle are hanging out in that corner underneath that big tree. The bull's laying down, and some others are down there in there eating. That's where I'm going, down in there. Just trying to salvage some wire panels. That's her fourth calf, and she should be having another calf here, her fifth calf, pretty soon. I think there's another cow down the road there. I think it's a brown cow. Anyway, I'm going to be working on that panels there. I got my measurements. I may have to cut some of them out. I got the wire panels out of the ditch. There's a couple small pieces, I think, and this bent up one, and then another longer one. Sun's coming out. Hopefully I'm in the shade up on top. It's been overcast all morning and most of the afternoon so far. But now the sun's coming out, which means it might warm up. But the wind's still cool from up there from the north. Sure got a lot of dead trees up there. Hope none of them are going to fall on my corral after I just fixed it up. Okay, let's haul this up the hill. I got it up here. I gotta catch my breath. Okay, that's some. I can work with some of that. It was too hard to straighten out. I got some more I'm standing on. And I got a few panels. I already cut some of those off when I did the surround. But I can use that. I can also use that. But I'm going to salvage what I can out of that. I don't know if I can straighten that stuff out. It's bent pretty bad. But I'll see what I can salvage. It looks like the cattle went down to down to the water by the bridge. Not the creek, but the pond at the bottom of this hill. But it looks like the calves, some calves are over here still under that big tree on this side of the fence. But I see a cow and another yearling heifer on that side of the fence. So they went, some of them went down and some of them came back up on the other side. Anyway, I've been busy. I cut some metal to fit in there. I might have to straighten that one out a little bit. But I think once I put concrete on it, I'll do both ends first. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put some boards across the bottom, and then I'll do that end first. Weight it down, and I'll pull it up a little bit into the cement, and then I'll do this end and do the same thing. Pull it up a little bit, and then I'll let those set, and then I'll fill in the middle. Or I'll just start on that end. And work my way up. I think that's the best way to do it. I think I'll put the curved cement in there last, after the bottom is set up. Yeah. And since I was cutting the middle with the wire panel, I went ahead and cut 2 pieces for here too. I may have to whittle off a little bit on the end. I think this panel here is kind of warped, so I may have to I can't bend it too much, so I may have to cut some of those ends off. But anyway, I'm about halfway there. Now I gotta dig that. I'm gonna leave that the way it is. I'm gonna dig it out. That was done, and I got the metal cut for that. I just gotta dig it out now. Well, it's about as full as I want to make that wheelbarrow. It's pretty heavy. That ground is wet. But it's easy to dig. Yeah, so an inch and 7/8 of rain really softened it up. So I'm glad about that. This is a little muddy on this side compared to that one, but it's downhill. But I'm getting it. Okay, let's dump that one over there now. That's the second wheelbarrow from that side. And dump it again. I think I'll have maybe one more. I forgot how many I had with this one. I'm not sure, but I'm thinking of making this one deeper. Maybe not. I think it just looks deeper. Yeah, I got at least one more. Okay, I think I'm done. I might have it too deep down there at the bottom, but that's okay. What I'm planning to do is bring the concrete up to the bottom of the board down there, and then work my way up. I'm not sure how I'm going to strike it off in there. What I need is a board that will fit in there with like an inch or two on each side, so I can go like this. Maybe I even draw a line. Yeah, I'll draw a line that we have a line on the boards so I can follow it. Yeah, from the bottom corner to the top corner. Draw a line. Yeah, I'll do that. The gap there is about 49 inches, about an inch over 4 foot. So I can, either that or I can go this way. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I can have a board up on top, one end of the board here, and I'll just have to guess where that line is. This will be my leveler. I just have to figure out where the board goes on the bottom. Yeah, that might work. Anyway, I'm done digging. I'll put the metal in now. All ready for concrete. But I'm not ready for that. I don't know how many bags I'm going to need. Guess I better do some measurements. The digging's done, and I made use of some of that scrap wire panel. They're all kind of bent up, but I can make it work. There's not going to be much weight on there, just a trailer. Hard part is going to be doing this part here. I still got to get a tire as a guide. I think I'll do that last though. I'm going to get the cement in there first, from like that, from the bottom to the top. The top of the concrete will be at the bottom of the board to the top of there, and then I'll I just had an idea. No, that won't work. Anyway, I did after the concrete is somewhat set. I'll come back and I don't know if I need reinforcement in there, but I got a lot of extra paneling here, a wire panel, so I can use some of that. I need to have it in the curve though. I need to curve it somehow. Yeah, I'll make it work. I don't need a lot. I just need a little bit in there. Yeah, to match the tire. And I really can't do that until I have the other concrete in there. Yeah, I need the concrete from there to there first, and then I can roll the tire down. Tire about the same size as the tires on my trailer. I can roll it down, and then I can get a more accurate measurement of how it's going to be like that. Okay, guess I'm done. Should I say I'm done for today? Yeah, I did what I wanted to do today. At least I had good weather for it. It's nice. A little chilly, but I still worked up a little sweat when the sun came out. Still a nice breeze up here. After I get the concrete done, then I gotta level all this stuff out. And it won't be too hard. I'm gonna let it dry out though. Maybe it'll spread better if it's drier. Well, it's looking pretty good so far. Well, that's all for today then. Okay, headed home. Oh, it's 5 p.m. already. Well, I tested the north fence, and this is part of it. This hay storage area fence is connected to the north fence from that wire going to that tree and down. and I tested it over there. It's working good, real good. I can test the south fence after I drive through the gate. When I go to close it, I'll test it. Because I just hooked that up this morning. A gate, a little wire gate down there. It ends up here, but it also powers the south fence. Goes all the way around. It comes up over there on the end. It's where the north and south fence meet. I was on the east end. Okay, let's head home. Whew. Some kind of flying insect keep bothering my eyes. Another in the truck. Oh, there's still some stuff to clean up down in that ditch on the right. The old fence post. Guess I'll take that T-post out of there too, but I'll do that some other time. Okay, let's head on home. I guess I better close the gate. Now the bugs are in here. I thought I escaped them, but they're in the truck too. At least I got something to eat. The rain helped. This bottom ground always grows better because it retains has more moisture in it than the top. Okay, I gotta head home. It's after 5. Oh, those gnats. Good thing I closed my window. I don't have to. I gotta close the gate up here. I'll leave the other one by the road open. Yeah. I like to go through straight. I can't make that turn as good as I want. I just popped my back. Okay. I forgot to check the fence. South fence on top of the road. But I was able to check it down here. And it's working good. So at least I don't have to worry about checking the fences for grounds. Okay. Quick look at the creek. Yeah, flowing okay, but there's no cattle in here, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, got them locked out of this area for a while, at least until we bale hay and move it. Haul it over here for storage. Okay. They're probably gonna. I'll probably call them around Memorial Day or the end of May to tell them to put me on their list, because they got lots of other customers that cut and bale hay for. And they may not get to mine until sometime in June. So I'll just have to wait. Even if the grass gets tough, at least there'll be something growing. There'll be some hay. As long as they don't get rained on, that's the main thing. They're pretty good at that. Wait until the weather's right. Okay, I gotta go home now. Instead of just going straight home, I think I'm gonna do a drive-by. Yeah. I'm gonna drive on the road down to the creek crossing, and then I'll turn around and come back, or go up to the hill and turn around. There was a muskrat. He just went under. He came out of this tube here, this culvert, and he's over there somewhere. I guess when I rolled down my window, he dove under. But he's somewhere. He's probably going to come up over there somewhere, since he was on this side. And he's probably going to be over there. Yeah, I missed him. But it was a muskrat. Oh well. I remember when we were kids, muskrats would always invade my dad's dams, and it was up to us to put traps up in their runs. It goes into. If they had them other places, we didn't care as long as they didn't put them on the pond dam. Well, we still trapped them. Yeah, muskrat. Oh, okay. Guess I'm not going to see him again. Okay, let's start the drive-by. This is about 3 weeks. 3 weeks since they locked the cattle out. Looks good. I'll let them back in when we get ready to haul bales. Don't know when that might be, but there's a UPS truck. I guess I'll wait for him. I'm glad I delayed. Otherwise, I would have met him on the road. Yeah, good thing I was delayed by the muskrats. Yeah. Looks like I might have missed a few weeds there. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Leaving this. I'm going to turn left here and drive down and hope nobody's coming. So far, so good. Yeah. Oop, let me get away. There's a ditch there. Well, the grass in the ditch is big. I always wanted to mow it for the cattle, but it's too much work to break it up. When I get done, when I get to the creek, I guess there's a cattle way back there. I don't want to drive up the hill. I think I'll get back there. Oh look, the water's still flowing over the bridge. Or the creek crossing. What is that? Some kind of line? Some kind of green line there. Looks like baling twine. I think that the culvert's clogged up again. I unclogged it last year, but I don't think I want to do it right now. Anyway, I'm going to back up out of here.
Nobody's coming, so I can pick up my way. Nobody's coming. Yeah, that's what happened last year. The culvert got clogged up with sticks. It's only about a 2-foot culvert, and mine's better. Anyway, maybe one of these days I'll unclog it like I did last year. It's always clogged on the left side. Okay, let me back out of here. I'm going to back up. I'm going to look out the window. Still nobody coming. Now I'm just going to stay on the road. And watching the traffic, mostly from behind. Now you can see all the dead weeds that I sprayed. They're kind of a yellowish on top. White, yellow, yeah. There's a few. Oh, there's some yellow flowers out there. I don't know what that is. I didn't spray that. I think the cattle might eat those. There's one that was coming. Lots of white clover out there. Here too. Yeah, I'm going to see if I can't, when I mow grass, I might start raking it up. I don't know how I'm going to haul it though. I guess put it on the back of the pickup truck. There we go. There's a lot of grass in this ditch. A lot of grass. If I do cut it with the lawnmower and rake it up, I'm going to give it to the bull in the barn. No, nobody coming. Forward or back. Nope. We're supposed to back into there. Sorry. I got distracted by all this grass in this ditch. It's just a shame to let it go to waste. Because the township's going to mow it eventually. And I should mow it before they do. See, there's lots of grass here. The only I can mow it. That's no problem. You know, probably better. The lawnmower chews it up too much. Might be better if I mowed it with my sickle mower. That's a thought. That's a thought. Well, I'll be thinking about it. I would still have to rake it. I can get my old hay rake out, rake it into a windrow. That's a lot of extra work, though. A lot of extra work. Yeah. By the time I decide to cut it, the township will cut it for me. And they'll just, the lawnmower or bush hog, it chews up the hay too much. The grass, I mean. Yeah, the best thing to do is cut it with a sickle mower. Of course, before I do that, though, I'd make one pass with the lawnmower along the fence from the other end. Yeah, I would do that first. Yeah, that way I won't be tempted to cut too close to the fence. And besides, I got to stay away from those power poles too. Well, like I said, that's something I'm going to be thinking about now. All right, head back to the house. Yeah, that's the thought. If I do that, I'll cut the grass in my ditch too with the sycamore. But it's kind of hard to cut in a ditch with a sycamore. It's better if you're on flat ground. I mean, I'd probably be on the flat route. I'd be on the road. But then the sycamore may not cut good in the ditch. I don't know. Yeah. Hey, Kyle. Actually, that's the heifer. I like to just call them all Kyle, so. Even though she never had a calf. Oh, wait a minute. Straighten it up. There you go. Oh, do I have something behind me? No. That's pretty good. It's 5:30. Okay. I can't turn it off. My fingers are too dry. I almost forgot. Going to town tomorrow. Oh, there's the sun peeking through. For a doctor's appointment. And after the appointment, I'm going to get gas for the truck because it's getting low. And I got 2 empty jugs that I can fill up. So I'll do that much. I don't know. Does it look like it's raining over there? Or that's just the shadow of the clouds? It's weird. Anyway, I'm going to unload the truck. Get gas tomorrow in town after the doctor's appointment. I only got a quarter tank. I'll get gas tomorrow since I'm going to town anyway for a doctor's appointment. These mulberries yesterday out in the big pasture by the gate, and I forgot to eat them. They're in the truck overnight and today, so I'm going to eat them now. Looks like they got darker after I picked them. Some of them were red when I picked them, so I guess they ripen after they're picked. If I do decide to cut the ditch hay by the big pasture alongside the road, I'd probably use that one. That's a 9-footer. I think I used that last year. That belongs to the farm. It's my dad's mower. I got a 7-footer on the other side of that baler, but I haven't used that for a while. I'm not even sure if it still works, but I know that one works. And I guess this hay rake still works. I haven't used it in 2015 maybe, or earlier. I don't know, but I guess I can get it to work. It's just like it's a lot of work for just some hay on the ditch. I don't think it's worth it to mess around with these. I would like to cut the grass with the sycamore though. It'd be easier to pick up with a pitchfork, I think. Well, I'm thinking about it. I am not decided yet. Looks like the cattle are over there by the pear trees. I didn't feed him corn today. Guess I still could. I need to bring a couple bags out there anyway. I'll do that tomorrow with the truck, since it'll be mostly empty. It's just after 6 p.m. and it did warm up a little bit. Looks like about 66. It wasn't too bad working today. Cattle are munching away. I guess I'll go out and bowl some corn. Guess on my way out I'm going to pick a few elderberries. Keep calling them elderberries, I don't know why. Goldberries! Quite a few ripe ones on there today. Should have brought that little container. Yeah, maybe I'll come back and pick these. That way I can use both hands. Well, that one's almost empty. That one's 3/4. That's half. That's 1/4. I think I can go until tomorrow. Yeah, I don't feel like watering him today. He's got enough in this one for tonight. Cattle down there, and he wants to go out. But I ain't gonna let him out. I'll be taking him to the butcher in a couple weeks, or maybe less. Yeah, you just want some corn, don't you? Inside the trailer to get these 2 tubs before the bull got inside. Yeah, just barely made it. You want some corn, don't you? Yeah. I'll get it. I'll get you some. Don't worry. I'll get it to you. He's eager for some corn. Don't you? Yeah. I'm a little concerned about him when I take him to the butcher. I don't want him going crazy. Hope he don't cause him too much trouble. I thought about taking a dehorner. I'd have to tie his head though and snip the tips of those horns off. They're pretty sharp. But I think the people who run the butcher shop, I think they're used to having animals that get excited like him. He only does this when he wants corn. So I think he'll be okay. Got his corn ready. Put in that little door over there. Okay. You got it. You got it. He knows how to come in real easy. This is how I'm going to get him when I want to load him up, take him to the butcher. This is also how I do it when I want to sell one. I could have sold him, but I haven't had any much beef in my freezer for a long time. Yeah, still got a few pieces, I guess. But I want to. I'm not really supposed to eat much beef, but I like it too much. Wait, you don't want to get out. Yeah, I think I better go. Yeah. One cow's up here. Some of them are down there. And the other one's over there. I'm going to go in the house, get a container. I'm going to pick some berries. I'm also going to turn this fence off so I can get in closer. Actually go over the fence. Sprayed this weeds the other day. Jimson weeds are dying. I can see that. That pokeberry, that's dying. I can't tell about that weed there. Oh, I'm not going to pick any more asparagus. I'm just going to let them grow up now. I sprayed around them. I tried not to get any spray on the asparagus, but those are all too tough now. I'll let them get too big. That weed there doesn't look like it's dying at all. I sprayed it good. Some of the others are looking yellow. That I don't know I don't know if that's dying or not. That viney stuff. Well, whenever I get ready to plant the lemongrass, I'm gonna try to pull that out of there. This box ain't too weedy. I'm not gonna plant lemongrass in those right away anyway. I'm gonna fill up those 2 boxes back there with lemongrass though, and I can pull those weeds out of there. But I'm not ready for that yet. Kittens are exploring everything. They're all over back in there. Oh, there's one right here, underneath the gutter, downspout. Yeah, they're roaming around. Ah, bugs. Bugs are everywhere. I got a container now. I want to see what I can pick. There's a few in here. I'm gonna get it. Hey, Wabbit! Hey, silly Wabbit! Look at those Jimson weeds. I gotta spray those. You not scared of me? You eating those berries too? They fall on the ground. Look at those ears. Hey, Wabbit. Let's get in here and pick some. I picked a few off that small bush or tree. They look red. I'm not gonna eat them today. I'm gonna let them set overnight inside the house and see if they turn black. Now that one's the darkest one there. They're all kind of reddish. I'll see what they look like tomorrow. I better turn the fence back on. I got it disconnected over there. Yeah, I got to put this ring around this tree. They don't stop them from eating the leaves, but at least they can't rub on it. Too buggy out here. I gotta go in. Looks like he wants some more corn. He's mooing again inside the trailer. Look at the kittens. They're hunting. I see 3 of them. Look at it, they're hunting. There's Mama Cat. Oh, they're hunting each other. Oh, there's their 4th one. They saw me. Ah. I like to watch kittens play. Usually when they come outside, they run for cover. There's one by the water tub. Mama's the only one that's not afraid of me. Okay, they're all hiding now. I gotta go in. Bugs are eating me up. This is inside the house under fluorescent light. They look a little darker now. I'll still wait for tomorrow. See what it looked like then.